What's up, everybody? Patrick from wpbuilderhelper, and in today's episode we are going to talk about the controversy that is striking everybody and rendering them silly, and that is WordPress just suspended Astra for 5 weeks because it had affiliate links in it. Now, the community as a whole is like just stretched out on this. As I'm going to take you through and kind of go through it, we're going to unpack this, and I'm going to tell you why some people in the community are very, very upset, and other people in the community think that WordPress has taken this a tiny bit, harshly, but I also think that WordPress is justified in what they did. So, long story short, do I think Astra needs to be punished? Yes. Do I think the punishment fits the crime? Not really. Not to me. That's just my opinion right now. But let's go into it and I'll explain more why I think that that's the case. So when you take and you look into this, what had happened was Astra's been removed from the WordPress repository. You can still download it at the Brainforce Astra link that they have, which they've included in their apology. But you can still download it and everything. But if you go to search it right now it's not coming up in the repository at all. And you might ask, well, I don't understand. Why? What's this affiliate link? Well, apparently, when you go and you dig deeper into the official announcement, what had happened, let's go to the official announcement, and you'll see that basically what had happened was Astra has basically been inserting these links, and it says you have 5 such affiliate links and function links in your theme. And there's other themes that are doing this too. It is not just Astra. It's kind of a ban against all themes that use this affiliate link strategy and think it's a smart idea. And basically WordPress is just striking them down, and they're taking them down one by one. So it says 18 months ago you started adding affiliate links to your themes, and it actually shows the update in which they started adding affiliate links to it. Themes are not allowed to have affiliate links. But then here's the kicker, and here's what really sets everything off. We added this requirement more than 18 months ago, and specifically for this kind of issue. We asked other theme authors to remove such links from the themes and discuss the topic on Slack and the blog for many weeks. We don't understand how you could miss something like this, and it's not the first time that we have had to come and tell you that something was wrong with your theme. That's a pretty deep statement from WordPress. And so part of the reason why people are upset is because if you are an Astra user, you have to get Astra now from Brainforce. But they're also upset because they think that they're taking this out of hand. However, if you read into this carefully, it clearly states that they basically warned them in the past at some point in time and told Astra and Brainforce as a whole, hey, look, you're using this affiliate link thing, you got to take it out. You're one of the biggest themes, take it out, remove it. Now, I don't know if they ever came to them. I am not Brainforce, nor am I WordPress. I don't know if they ever have anything, but according to this post, it clearly states they've discussed the topic. They don't ever say that they reached out to them specifically, but we don't understand how you can miss something like this, and it's not the first time we've come to you, which shows a little bit of arrogance on their part, maybe. I don't know. But that's, I think, what WordPress is saying. So then as we dig deeper into it, this is kind of their counterback. They think it's a misunderstanding. They don't add affiliate links. We have pride in absolutely clean UI and interface without obstructive advertising, spammy links, or banners. And this was a really good apology, and it says the suspension for 5 weeks is kind of harsh considering we do not add any obstructive advertisement or spammy links. However, we have used filter and third-party plugins which do not make the changes or UI whatsoever. The suspension of 5 weeks would mean over 1 million users of the time would not be able to update their theme or existing themes installed on their website. No, there's a bigger problem than that, Astra. The bigger problem is that I don't think you think if WordPress is the big daddy Mac, and we've kind of seen this with other people like YouTube and things like that, they can do whatever they want to do with what they want to do it with. That's part of the issue, and you have to kind of comply with their rules unless you're going to take your theme off of WordPress repository, in which case then you could go by whatever rules you want to, I think. But that's part of the issue, and I don't know if that's ever going to be something that was, that's an issue. But it clearly states they had mentioned to him it's not the first time they had come to him and said something. So kind of feels like to me that in some ways, I don't know, 5 weeks just seems like a long time. I think they'll get reinstated before that, but it's also driving the community mad. So on Facebook, there's been posts about it, and people saying don't panic, get updates from the website until September. Then you've got other people saying I've been thinking of dropping Astra. I've seen a little bit of everything in this post, from people mentioning that Oceans WP had been doing the same thing. A couple of other themes have been doing it. So 5 weeks is not that much. Why jump ship? I think the reason why, and I'll answer this person right here. 5 weeks is not that much of a wait. Why jump ship? The reason why is because you're seeing defiance against WordPress. And I think when you're seeing defiance against WordPress, I think it's a bad sign for everybody, because it could just mean that that theme no longer exists one day. And so all the money that you dump into it, all the everything that you dump into it, could be basically rendered useless. And that's one of the things that you kind of end up seeing, is that when a theme goes away, it just goes away. You lose your license, you lose your money, you lose everything. Anything with it that's attached to it, you're not going to get back, because that theme is gone. And so if WordPress were to keep banning them, or they were to keep not following the rules, that's why it matters. It matters because if WordPress is pointing out to you that you're doing something wrong, you pretty much need to follow it. Now, I don't know. I understand the part where they're saying, hey, look, it wasn't us. We're just adding this in through third-party affiliates. But you got to know what you're doing when you're going into this. And I know that they know what they're doing. They're a reputable company. They've been making a good theme for a long time. Does this mean that you should jump ship? No, not by any means. You shouldn't just dump Astra just because of this. But it isn't the greatest sign. And there are some people who apparently have been let's say less than friendly with what they said. So even here you can see what they did was deceptive and unethical, and their response has been laughable. So basically it's just saying that their response is just basically bullshit as a whole. And that's hard for some people to swallow, because I think that they were being very fair and ethical with their response. But at the same time, there's people out there who obviously are just not happy with it. It is what it is. Then you've got other people, well, they did do it, the suspension is justified for the action, I haven't used Astra in its current state, I'm building and I don't regret it. So there's just some people who just say that it's just, it is what it is. Astra is definitely one of the more popular themes. It's one of the bigger themes that are out there. So then some of you are saying, okay, well, Astra's gone, what do I do now? And there's a bunch of different things you could do. There's a bunch of different themes that are up and coming that are kind of making their way to the top. And not that they're the same or even anywhere close to it, but they are making their way to the top. And one such theme is this Cadence WP. This has been around the web for quite some time. I know other YouTubers have covered it and things like that. It's lightweight, it's accessible, it's free. There is a premium price for it that's coming out later on, so I think that it's going to get pushed pretty heavy later, because they do have this membership and themes and plugins. My biggest problem with Cadence that I don't like, it reminds me a little bit too much of Oceans WP personally, which you have to keep installing plugin after plugin after plugin after plugin. Yes, you're not using a page builder, because Cadence, one of the effective things about Cadence is that it's going the way of, screw it, Gutenberg is going to do all of the things that we want it to do. And so they're kind of throwing this theme together so that you don't really need a page builder. You could just use it with Gutenberg, because Gutenberg's becoming super powerful, and they've got some super amazing plugins that just make Gutenberg functionality even better with this Cadence blocks. And I think that this is awesome, and it's totally worth the money to take and dive into it and look at it if you want that Gutenberg block building experience. But if you're already invested in Elementor or Divi or Brizy, I don't really see a need to take and jump into this. The free version's got some great stuff, so that's awesome. But that's only one theme. There's another theme that's also becoming pretty popular, and it's this Bloxy theme. And this theme, from what I can tell, doesn't sell anything, and it's also super fast. I think part of the people who work with Brizzy kind of work with this theme, but this theme's pretty cool. It's got a lot of the stuff that the Cadence does, but there's no premium features built in right now at this time. So there's header options that you can kind of go in for general headers and sidebars and footers, and you can customize different things. There's a header builder, like I was saying, just like in Cadence. So it's got the same thing, but for some reason nobody's talking about it. And from what I've gathered, it's pretty fast too, so it's got some things working for it. Another theme that's doing really, really good if you were trying to get away from Astra is Neve. Now I can't remember, I think some people could have mentioned that Theme Isle, maybe they were doing some deceptive stuff in the past too, but Neve, in previous testing, when I had looked at all the themes together, people had done some reports, and I'll have to try and find that report and dig it up, and Neve ended up ranking really, really high in terms of how fast it was. It was a really, really fast theme, and it almost rivals that of Astra. I think Astra is one of the fastest themes that's out there, but a lot of the themes are so close that you're talking about, that much of a gap between them. I mean, it's not much. A lot of these really, really premium themes, they're pretty close in speed. There's a couple of them that are not close at all, but this theme is one of them that I believe is really fast and lightweight. Astra's been marketing itself as the fastest, and that's true for their marketing, but it's not true in the general scheme of things. If you take all these themes and you line them up one by one, I mean, the timing of each of them is so minuscule that it's just ridiculous. So sometimes you really got to take that "I'm the fastest" with a grain of salt, because I think that this is another one that has some very unique things about it. Although I believe that this one does cost money because they have a plan for it. A long time ago, I was so stupid. They actually had a lifetime membership with AppSumo that included all of their themes, and if I would have known what I know now, I probably would have bought into it, but I didn't, so it's too late. But I think that this is still a good theme, and I think that if you wanted to take and play with it, it would be an excellent theme to jump into. It just depends on what you're looking for. I still don't think you need to jump the ship with Astra. I think Astra is going to take and make a comeback. It's going to be fine. They're going to be more cautious about what they do. They just need to play by WordPress's rules, and that's what's throwing a lot of people off. That's what's making them nervous right now, here and today. So to me, it just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for other themes, like I said, there's plenty of other themes that are out there. There's plenty of free themes that are out there that are making a name for themselves, and they're doing a great job with it. Like I said, Cadence, Bloxy. I really like Bloxy. It's made by, like I said, I don't know who makes it because they don't really tell you very much information about it, but I'm pretty sure it's part of the team that makes Brizzy, even though I think that this is a separate project, so don't hold me to that, because I think that this is a completely separate company. It just has some of the same developers, so I think certain developers may cross lines and like work on certain projects here and there, so it's that type of thing. But I really like this theme. I do. I think that this is a really good theme. So if you're just looking for other themes, there's stuff out there. You just got to take and open your eyes and start looking. Cadence is making a big name for himself. I think it, with the Cadence blocks and everything. If you're going the Gutenberg route, this is excellent. Gutenberg-wise, their Gutenberg blocks are just amazing. They've got some things out there that's making them worthwhile to take and look at. So, just look at those things and try and figure out what you're trying to, do with them. I think there's a lot of different things that you could have that's out there that you could use. You just have to kind of decide. And I don't think it's the end of Astra. I don't think that it's, some people are saying, oh, it's doomsday, blah, 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 blah. Nah, I don't see that. I just think it's a mistake on their part, and I think that they're going to fix it. And it is disappointing. I think this is right. This is disappointing, and it is, because when you have a high-end company like that, you expect them to act more ethically than that. And I think that they knew what they were doing was probably not right, but they were probably walking that gray area and thinking, well, it's not hurting anybody. And in truth, it wasn't hurting anybody. But now that they've taken it off the market, it's hurting everybody who uses Astra. And that includes me, because I have sites that have Astra on it. So it just depends on who you are, you know. So make the decision yourself, and I hope that this has cleared this up. And I will see you guys next time.